first House delegation to do so since 2019. Led by Congressman Adam Smith, the group met Chinese Premier Li Qiang at the Great Hall of the People in Beijing on Sunday. Both sides are calling for improved ties after years of rising tensions over trade, tech, Taiwan and the South China Sea. Adam Smith says that both countries have work to do to strengthen their relationship.
I think we can both acknowledge that both China and the U.S. have work to do to strengthen that relationship. It should not be, 6 years between visits from the United States House of Representatives. I was pleased to meet with representatives of your People's Congress in Washington, D.C. just before I left. We need more of those types of exchanges, and we're hoping keywords is will break the ice, and we'll begin to have more of these types of exchanges.
Li Qiang, the Chinese vice premier, echoed the sentiment calling for mutual respect and peaceful coexistence.
I assume it. And so more and more to you and your colleagues.
The visit follows a phone call between President Trump and Xi Jinping, signaling a diplomatic tour. Matthew Wadham stays with me on the telecast. Matthew, a complicated relationship that China and the United States share at this point of time, from almost finalizing the deal on TikTok. There have been renewed calls by the Trump administration pressuring the European Union to impose tariffs on China for buying Russian oil. And here we see an American trade representative arriving in China to hold talks with the Premier of China, of course, on a varied subjects, whether it is about technology, whether it is about trade, whether it is about South China Sea. How do you think the relationship between both countries is going to progress here on?
I think that it's a really delicate situation because China doesn't want massive tariffs imposed on its products. It doesn't want retaliation from the United States because they have communist China has a big economy that is really dependent that is strongly dependent upon U.S. purchases of their products. So China is going to, make efforts to accommodate the United States, but there's only so far they will go. I think the congressman you spoke of earlier, Congressman Adam Smith, Democrat from, I think he's from Washington State. He and the congressional delegation are visiting China on a goodwill mission, trying to keep the lines of communication open between the countries. I don't think that they have a goal necessarily